at the trade shows. We certainly do miss seeing everybody and shaking hands, having the fun events, the awards, the food, all of that fun activities that we have. Man, oh man, we miss it. But we are certainly excited to have you all join us this afternoon and blocking out a little bit of time to listen to our presentation to see what we've been up to. Because over these last, we'll say 8-9 months, since we haven't seen anybody, we have certainly been rocking and rolling pretty hard. We have a lot of new improvements. We have a lot of new technologies, features, a lot of groundbreaking, pivotal stuff here. And I'm certainly enthusiastic about it. Our team is, and so are our customers, which in today's presentation, we have quite a few customers who have already joined us. And hello to everybody tuning in, all familiar names, and we know your faces. So thanks for coming on board. Today I have with me Matt Carlson, Senior Executive Engineer at CASTUS. I'm going to let him introduce himself as well so you can all put a face and name to it. He'll be doing quite a bit of the presentation with me. Matt, why don't you go ahead and say hello?
Hi, my name is Matt Carlson. I'm on the East Coast division of CASTUS, and I work on all the cloud stuff that you'll be seeing today. And thanks for joining the presentation.
Like all of us here at CASTUS, experience in the broadcast is very important. Matt has formerly worked for a few stations over in Massachusetts. That's actually how I got to know him and a lot of other of our support techs and engineers here at CASTUS. So that's a pretty cool thing to note. He understands what PEG is and looks like, but most importantly, working at my side as we are redefining what PEG is, how PEG can generate revenue, and what does it look like here in the future, which CASTUS has been working very hard on. So we're going to show a little bit of our live streaming video on demand platform. We're going to talk about our new app that's available so that you can have your own station app on the iOS and Android platforms, which is very exciting. Not only that, but connectivity with OTT. And what's very important that we're going to show off and highlight a lot of today, starting off with, is our new video on demand platform that does live event streaming. So before I steal the thunder, I'm going to turn it over to Matt, and he's going to do some demonstrations and explain and show off the new interfaces that we've built that, like you have become used to, file format agnostic, so you can pretty much play any video file type, and all web browser based applications. So you're accessing your content, your programs, your everything from a web browser, so you can access it anywhere. Okay, Matt, why don't you go ahead and take it from here?
Sure, thanks. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show off one of our customer video on demand sites. So if you've been tuning into CASTUS presentations this summer, you're going to be familiar with the Milford TV, which is our very happily we're showing off today. So this is the front end of our new cloud VOD service. So there's a couple really cool things I want to point out right off the bat is all the customization that they have here. This is the banner that they uploaded, so you can upload any image to your site, and they have some nice branding going on here showing their different social media links and where they can watch them. Then they also have they've chosen a color scheme to the site. So this is their logo red, so they're the Milford red that they're using. They have a title at the top, which is also going to be the title of the tab on your browser. And then they have a browser icon. And then they also can have a logo, which will show up on all the different menus on the site for the user management stuff. So the second really important customization feature that you will be able to take advantage of with CASTUS VOD is customizing your homepage. So right here, these different categories of video content are all completely customizable. So Milford has decided that they want to highlight their live channels. So they've pinned their live channels right to the top of the site. And then they have these different categories, which are custom playlists that are able to be reordered, and you can reorder within each category to show your users exactly what you want them to see when they first hit your page. And there's also no limit to the amount of categories that you can create. It's totally customizable and up to you. There's also a couple of automatic categories that we provide. So a recent section is going to show some of your most recent videos on your homepage for your viewers, and some of your most popular videos. So it's going to just show the videos that have the most views on your site. And then the featured section here. Well, when we show off the back end a little bit later, I'll show you how you can easily pin a video to the featured section by just clicking the star in the files manager It's very easy with that. Then there's some other tabs along the side. There's a playlist tab, which will show off all of the different playlists that you have. A live tab, which is going to show the live channels for your site. And then the recent tab, which is going to show all of your recent videos once again. So next, I'm just going to jump into the player view. So when you load the video, it's going to have this view here where you get a recommended section. Get your recommended section here. So one of the perks of having your own video on demand site compared to using something like Facebook or YouTube is all of the recommended videos are going to be your content. So if your users see something interesting on the side and they click on it, you're actually continuing the engagement on your content instead of potentially YouTube pulling them off and pushing them down a different rabbit hole. You want them to be on your rabbit hole, right? So a couple other things to note on this site, as you can see, is the social media engagement that we have. So you can see this is my little icon here. This is my account. I'm logged in. I can like, I can dislike, I can comment on the site. You can also see you have a description. It'll show the date that it was uploaded or the date that it was modified, and that's another setting that we have. We have the title of the video. This is a very familiar interface for all of your viewers. You can also disable comments if you want. So each video has a little switch where you can just disable comments altogether. The other thing to show off is the search features that we have. And in order to show that off, I'm going to jump into our control panel for a second. So this is the Milford TV control panel, and I'm just going to click on one of their videos here. So each video in your file manager is going to have some metadata settings. So this was the comments that I was showing off, where you can disable comments. You can disable whether or not you want it to be downloadable. You can change the date, like I was saying before. And all of these different metadata tags are going to be searchable. So what this is useful for is you can have a producer or camera person, a director, fill in their name in this metadata section. And on the front end, when you type in, it'll show results for all of those different keywords. It also has smart search capabilities, so different forms of a word will match. So if you have like a plural version of a word or an ing version of a word, that will still match on the results. And it's going to sort it by newest video and most popular video for all of your users to see. We also have sharing settings here, so you can copy the link to the file, and we also do have social media links. So when you copy the link and post it on Twitter, it's going to show a thumbnail preview, it's going to show the title and the description and all of that good stuff that you would expect when sharing files on your site, and as well as iMessage, Android Message, Facebook, Twitter, all those things that you would expect. You can download your video if the setting is enabled on your back end. You can get the embed code for the video to embed it on your site. And what I'll show off here is this is Milford TV's website. These are some of their embedded videos that they have. And we also have another advanced feature as far as embedding goes, where you can do automation with embedding. So instead of getting the embed code for one specific video, you can actually go and you can embed a playlist or a category. So right now, they're embedding their Milford Informer playlist, and they're having their first 3 videos embedded here. So what you would do is you would just say Milford Informer video 1, and then then it would get the embed code for that. You can also do it for the featured, the recent, the popular, any other category like that. You can embed right on your site. So you're not going to be having to copy and paste links and update your website all the time. You can just update it once, get your format set up, and then it'll all be controlled from your video on demand backend. Just really trying to optimize your workflow there. So going back to the video on demand site, we also have captions available. So let's see if this video, I just kind of clicked on one. Yeah, this video does have captions. So our video on demand site, you can easily add closed captions to your video in the control panel with just a click of a button. So I'm just going to jump back into the admin panel, back into the file system. You can see this little blue icon means that their captions are ready to go. So once you upload the video, you can just click generate captions, and then they'll be generated right away for all of your viewers to see. And as soon as they're ready, they'll be displayed automatically. So we also have an iOS and an Android app that reflects all of the same video content and their same user accounts as the web version. So I'm just going to switch over and show that off really quick. Let's see. There it is.
Well, Matt, switching over, we felt that it was very important to have a video on demand platform that's designed for the mobile phone. And quite frankly, we discovered and realized that it's not a web browser. The answer for cell phone browsing is definitely an app. And so this is definitely very exciting for us, and we're excited to show this off today. So it looks like Matt's got it loaded up. I'll let him take it away.
Yeah, great. So this is going to have all the same customization options as I just showed off on the front end. You can pick a separate color scheme because this is a dark mode user interface. So we don't want to just force you to pick one color between two different color scheme layouts. That wouldn't really work right. So you can select a color, you can select an icon for your app on the App Store, fully customize your App Store presence. We have also have graphic designers that help really make your App Store presence pop and stand out. We're really excited about that. And you can see all of these same categories are going to reflect on the front end. We also have a really cool thing is your featured section appears where it's kind of like a preview, kind of highlighting what your featured content is right at the top here. We also have all the same tabs as we did on the front end along the bottom. Another thing is the tab order is reorderable. So this was one of our #1 requests from the old version or the 1.0 version of the app that we had released in the spring is in the user interface or in the admin panel. You can reorder the tabs. So it's really trying to customize exactly the way that you want your system to work. So then I'm just going to show off what it looks like when you load a video. So this is the screen. You can see like, dislike, have your sharing options. You can also save the video to a watch later, add comments, and you have the same recommended up next section. So really great, all the same features reflecting right on the app as well as search too. So now, well, let's see. I'm just gonna check the Q&A really quick. Okay, so what we'd like to do now is show off some of our monetization options. So we really want to focus how easy it is to add a watch price or a download price to your video. What you can do is in the backend, in the same video settings window, all you have to do is change this number for watch price or for download price, and you can instantly set a price on a video. And what this is going to do is if you make the $5 to watch the video, if that user's account purchases the watch rights to the video, that user will be able to watch the video as many times as they want, and only that user will be able to watch it. So if they copy the link and send it to their friend, and that friend hasn't signed in and paid for the video, they won't be able to watch it. But if they use the user's copy the user's credentials and try to log in at the same time, that's also not going to work because you can only have one user watching the paid content at a time. So if they're going to be watching at the same time, it's going to kick one of the two of them off, and then that's not going to work. So we're really doing everything to secure the content on your site and make sure that if you are charging money for it, you're actually getting the money out of it. And then the download price we also have set here, which is independent. So just really focusing on customization options here, just to make your site exactly what you want to make it. We also have a subscriptions option where you can set up a pay per month or pay per year subscription plan. So I know a lot of public access stations have annual membership fees or similar things like that. What you can do is if you wanted to run these services through the CASTUS site, you can connect playlists and live streams and video content all directly to your subscription and really automate the control of like VIP video content or stuff like that. So yeah, there's a couple things I just want to show off in the back end about those customization options we were talking about. So this is for the web version right here. We have our our homepage content, which I was talking about. So you have live and featured. You just drag all this stuff around and reorder it. As you can tell here, the subscriptions tab does not show up on the homepage for Milford TV, and that's because they don't have any subscriptions. So if any of your categories are empty, it's going to automatically hide them because having an empty category on your homepage is going to look really weird. And then this is our color palette selector here. You can type in a custom hex code, or you can click on a color in order to set that really quick, easily right there. And then you can upload all your assets here, and you can even change the domain of your site or add multiple domains very, very easily right there. So Nathan, did you want to show off how our playout solution can connect to the video on demand site?
Yes, perfect timing. So I'm going to take it over from here and share my screen because all of us obviously run our local access channels, one or multiple channels. And the playout server, Quickroll or QuickCast, is a terrific solution from CASTUS that hundreds of systems, or excuse me, channels around the US use on a daily basis. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to create your schedules quickly in CASTUS Quickroll, and how easy it is to connect those live streams directly to our VOD platform, so you can offer the live feeds on your website for 24/7, 365 streaming. But take it one step further and not only just stream it to your website, but also create the streams for Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, and all of those other different live feeds, all from the same server. So this is pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen where we will see our CASTUS user interface. You will see it's very welcoming and inviting, and color, just very friendly to use. You'll see on the left, one of my favorite parts is this is a live preview monitor of your channel. And beneath that, you have your live audio meters. This is all through your web browser. So you can see that you have video and see that you have audio. So that is terrific. No matter where you go on the website, it's going to show you this confidence monitor. Now, scheduling CASTUS is very easy. Scheduling all of your programs that recur daily, monthly, or yearly. You simply click on the schedule page and we'll create a new schedule, and we'll make it a weekly schedule. And now customers have the option for daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. I like weekly because it just loops and it's not date specific. So scheduling is very simple in CASTUS. You simply click and stick programs on the schedule, and you have nice indication of what time it's scheduled for, the duration, and what type and the name of the video file. You can do videos, you can do images, you can do playlists. One of my favorite features is anytime there's not anything scheduled, you can do what we call the default item. And the default will play either a playlist, a series of videos, and it'll even remember what it played last, so it will repeat items. Or you can just do a single video like I'm doing this example. So most commonly known for bulletin board. So even the bulletin board in CASTUS has been consolidated into this interface, which is awesome, because now you don't have to have external players that cost money and support, but you have to have IP addresses and whatnot for. This allows you to create a number of bulletin boards and schedule them throughout your schedule or as your default item for any number of your schedules. So if you had 5 schedules, you could still use your single bulletin board for all 5 channels. So it's very flexible. Now I'm going to jump back to the user interface here on the home page and show off how easy it is to output your signal. So you're going to see this output tab. You can simply click on that to get a quick glance of all of my outputs. You'll notice for my channels, I have HDMI audio and video. So at my actual playout server, well, I can't show that off today because this server is located in New York and I am over here in Seattle, Washington. So can't be at the physical location, but that's one advantage to the system is you can access it from anywhere. But if we were there, you'd see the audio video confidence monitors. You can also see that we have an IP stream set up to YouTube Live. We have these 2 different IP feeds running. One could be the YouTube, one's to our website. So you can have all these pre-configured. Now, if we click on the gear, it's going to give you all the information about this output. All the outputs pull from a single channel, so that makes it so you can have one channel, one schedule running, and then output, even if they're different formats and flavors and frame rates, it doesn't matter. All these outputs are independently configurable. So this is really, really powerful. So in this example, I have my channel here running. And now I'm going to turn it over to Matt because I want Matt to connect the dots from our localized playout on premise for 24/7 programming to streaming to the web and how easy it is to connect it in the CASTUS cloud services portal, so that you have 24/7 programming streaming on your website. So Matt, back over to you, man. And you're muted, buddy.
Thanks for that. So when you get a CASTUS playout solution and the VOD, what you're going to get is you're going to get what we call our HLS relay. And what that's going to do is that's going to take all of your channels that are playing on your Quickroll or Quickcast, and it's going to put them up in our CDN, which then can be embedded onto your video on demand site. So you see right now, and Nathan is you can see the thanks for tuning in and stream Zoom meetings. That's your channel. That's right there. This will be accessible live on our video on demand site, and you can have as many users tune in as you want. And that's all included with the video on demand package and the playout solution when you get your device.
Hey, Matt, sorry to jump in. I hate to interrupt, but I do want to point out, in setting this up, it's important to note that the HLS, and correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't require all the port forwarding and all that IT hassle.
Yes. So when you're setting up your video on demand live streaming, all the CASTUS is doing is it's going to be taking your files and uploading them to the cloud. So as long as your CASTUS has access to the public internet, outbound traffic, you're going to be able to set this up without any additional network settings whatsoever.
I mean, that's so important to note because a lot of these stations still can't get to their facilities, at least conveniently, as they used to be able to. Like, oh, I have 24/7 access. That's changed now for a lot of our customers.
Yeah, and the other really important feature aspect of this site is not only if you have your channels set up, you can stream your channels, is if you want to do one-time event streaming, all you need to do is send an RTMP feed into our cloud, and we will actually handle the rest just like YouTube or Facebook would, and embed that stream directly onto your video on demand site. And that can be configured just like your stream out to YouTube would be configured on your playout server. It'll happen all without having any of the IT configuration, just like our CASTUS stream platform has been doing for users connecting Zoom meetings since March. So there's a lot of really customizable ways and workflows here. Another great feature here is you can connect your Zoom meeting or any other RTMP compatible encoder directly to our cloud site. It'll turn it into an adaptive bitrate stream in the cloud, and then you can get a link, and your CASTUS can reach up and it can download that feed down to your site. So if you want to embed it directly onto video on demand and maybe record it into your CASTUS, but you don't want it to broadcast out to cable, you can do that too. So there's a lot of really great customization options here, and you can really make the ecosystem your own with all the different ways to interact with it.
Excellent. Hey, Matt, let's show off a quick little example in the interface for setting up a live feed. But I want to just talk a little bit about the on-premise versus cloud-based, and make sure that we make it clear that our on-premise solutions we designed for scheduling and for on-premise scheduling solutions, and that makes sense. But when it comes to video on demand and live streaming and do all these things in the cloud, that's where we at CASTUS took a step back and said, this obviously should be all in the cloud. This makes sense to be a product that runs in the cloud, not only for security and reliability, but also for accessibility. They're live feeds, they're videos that are stored in the cloud, and the most cost-effective way to do that and most reliable way to do that is running everything in the cloud. So we are proud to have this product that is 100% cloud-based when it comes to the VOD and live streaming portion of it. So Matt, I'll turn it back over to you. And then after that, I want you to kind of touch on or maybe, briefly how captioning in the live events can take place.
Sure, yeah. So right now I'm just getting a live broadcast set up on my computer. It takes a second to start the direct to VOD live stream. And but in the meantime, I can explain how our new captioning system fits into all of this. So the way it works is you have your RTMP compatible output device. That device is going to send it to your up into the CASTUS cloud. And once it's there, we're going to be able to turn it into an adaptive bitrate stream, and we're going to be able to caption your video for you if you have our captioning service. So with our captioning service, you can it'll take care of everything for you. So you get your captions live and seamless. You have your adaptive bitrate that's happening seamless, and you can have it on your site. So you don't even need a playout server. You can just go straight from a laptop, and you can have live channel that's broadcasting on your video on demand site.
Now, we've put a lot of time and energy and thought into building this around our client base, who you are and what our clients and customers use this for. So we're excited with this new model, not only to just announce this new innovative workflow and how it's done, but also coupling that with our pricing. It's very unique. So we're not charging for the bandwidth, we're not charging for the minutes used, or this huge tens of thousands of dollars of cost up front out of pocket initially, with almost $10,000 a year annually to support it and get the updates. We're talking about it all bundled into a one-time cost that we're happy to have an offline conversation about. But we have a lot of people that have already signed up for it, and they're using it, and it's reliable. It's an excellent service. So it is being actively used, which is very important to know. So, all right, Matt, turn it back over to you.
So can you see my desktop here? I should be
Yes,
sharing my entire desktop. So I have OBS connected right now. This is the Open Broadcaster. Is a free software that you can use to take in different camera inputs and screen recordings. I'm just looping some test footage with the time of day on here, right here. And then this is our CASTUS Cloud preview here. So we have a preview of our live channel before going live. We haven't gone live because we're using the Milford's site for a test, but this is exactly what your users would be able to see if they were tuning in to a live broadcast. And you can see there's only a slight delay here, and with the captioning option, you'll be able to actually also get captions right in with this system. So really, really easy, powerful. And you can also watch it right in on the app. So I have my simulator here with the Milford app pulled up. So yeah, that's a pretty straightforward demonstration of how easy this is. And this is another thing, is you can also connect Zoom to this, and you can also connect like a broadcast picks switcher to this, and you can even connect the CASTUS to this directly if you have 3 channels and you want to have a 4th special broadcast, like you have some SDI input with a camera or something like that. So really easy, streamlined way to do it right here.
Yeah, I want to take an important just kind of echo what Matt said earlier too, is that this can be run independently. The new video on demand, the live event streaming, and the live 24/7 just live streaming options can be sold independently and implemented independently. And since it's all cloud-based, not only can you do a quick trial with us and you can try out these tools, you can also get it set up literally immediately, because there's no hardware involved. So it's very simple. And of course, as you know, customers tuning in, or for those of you who may be thinking about CASTUS tuning in, our support is top notch. So I've got guys around the country that are able to take calls, that are able to address any issues. We have an online forum as well that we use for not only just troubleshooting, but we have an FAQ. We have a lot of training tools as well, with documentation. CASTUS prides ourselves in the high level of training that we provide to new customers and new users. That only doesn't mean just a new customer, but if you're a customer and you have new people coming in and they need to be trained on CASTUS, with our support plans, we offer a number of trainings throughout the year that you can take advantage of. So it's very exciting, and we're always available. The software, I've always said since day one, we stand behind our software no matter what. So if you're a CASTUS user, you're always going to be able to get in touch with us. And then we offer our support and maintenance plan, which ensures there's an immediate response, and also provides the all hours and ongoing updates with all the new feature additions. So I think we ought to open it up for some Q&A. We've covered a really wide realm of stuff, from live streaming to VOD to captioning and play out. So I really want to open it now for questions. I'd love to hear from our audience tuning in, things that they would like us to cover. So Kirby asks, can you give me an example of using this service at a remote site? Can you specify the remote service? Which of the services, Kirby, you're talking about? The streaming? And we'll see if we have any other questions coming in as well.
So I can address this based off of a demo that we actually just got off of. So we have a customer who runs a peg station in Florida, and his CASTUS unit is actually 4 hours away from him at a Comcast location that he needs to broadcast to. So he needs a way to be able to get his live events that he's doing across the internet and into his CASTUS. So a lot of you are familiar with our CASTUS stream server, which uses the exact same engine as the live streaming that we were just showing off. So stream connection to cloud via OBS without using a Quickroll. Okay, yeah, so I guess I can kind of pivot the explanation a little bit. So what you can do for this situation is if you want to caption, if you want to have captions on your meeting, for example, or if your Quickroll is already streaming too many things over the network and you want it to be able to take advantage of the adaptive bitrate, so you want to record into the Quickroll, you can go from OBS to the cloud, and then you can record into the Quickroll if you don't want to actually broadcast it to cable. And so I know that, so right now Milford TV has something scheduled for October 24th, and it's a special broadcast for their on-demand viewers, but they aren't interrupting their scheduled cable programming to broadcast it. So it looks like they're going to go directly to the video on demand site here.
Okay, cool. Kirby, I hope that answers your questions, man. If you have anything else to add to that, I guess I'll, for the other people tuning in, explain that CASTUS Stream, the tool that Matt was referring to, CASTUS Stream was the tool that we announced back in March that enables customers to have RTMP keys that authenticate the connection in our new CASTUS cloud. So that makes it so that you can take your Zoom meeting and plug in an RTMP key and then plug in the other side of that key to whatever RTMP compatible device. Obviously for our customers, that's a CASTUS, so that they can air those Zoom meetings on their channel. And the real key here is that it does it without having, again, any IT hassle or any port forwarding. There's no port forwarding necessary whatsoever. These keys work as long as you have the internet connected. So it's all seamless, easy, and able to do without any hardware connectivity whatsoever. Matt, I kind of want to turn it back over to video on demand for a moment and just show off just the live page and where you can plug in live feeds. I think that's pretty cool to highlight.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll go back over to our control panel here. So the live streams that you see on your video on demand site that we were showing off earlier, and with your channel streams. So this is an example that Milford TV is running. So they have their educational channel and their public channel. So these are two 24/7 channels that are taking advantage of the Playout server's connection with the cloud that we talked about earlier. So what we have here is you can set whatever name you want to set. You can upload a thumbnail, and then this is just the Amazon link that connects in your live feed to the stream here. So they have their two channels. They have a 2-channel Quickroll. If you had a 3 or a 4-channel Quickroll, you could have as many as you want here. You can even remove them or whatever. You can even have 2 different channels. So something that Milford does a lot is that they have a really important live event happening. They'll actually make a new stream and they'll title it the name of the event, but they'll just put the URL as the same as their channel. So when users go to the screen, they're looking for like the live baseball game, they can click in the live baseball game, even though it's being served by just having their channel that's already going out to cable, going up to the VOD. Another really cool thing about this system is if you have a partner station that also has a CASTUS or any other HLS live streaming, you can take their URLs and you can plug it in here. So if you're doing a joint event, I know Milford did a joint event with 13 different towns. It was a congressional debate for one of the districts in Massachusetts, and there's 13 different stations that wanted to be able to get this. So one of the stations did the actual on location shoot, and then we put it up into the cloud, and then all the other stations grabbed that URL and embedded it on their video on demand or into their Quickroll to broadcast onto cable. So very flexible here. Any HLS link that you can come up with will be compatible here. So even something that isn't a CASTUS HLS link, you can add here, and you can literally Google HLS live stream and copy and paste the link into here, and it'll be able to work just fine.
Thank you, Matt. Well, that about does it for our presentation and overview on our cloud services from CASTUS. I want to thank Katie for arranging this with the Alliance for Community Media and giving us this opportunity to present. And I know we're going to have it available for video on demand, so if you're able to tune in late or wanted to catch something again, it'll be available for video on demand. We're proud to be a partner with Alliance for Community Media. And as CASTUS, I want to thank all of our customers and people considering us or just wanted to tune in. I want to thank you for your time and interest in checking out what we have. We're very proud of what we have been creating and what we're continuing to evolve. So stay tuned, check out our website, castus.tv, to see our products. We're always updating it, like literally like every 2 weeks. We're adding new stuff to our website, documents, downloads, brochures. There's a whole new catalog available on our website that shows everything that we've covered and more for our cloud services. So I recommend checking that out. That's pretty cool. And then just want to again, thank you for your time and feel free to call us and schedule a demo. We'd be happy to do a live demo and we can talk about pricing if you want to have that discussion with us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Matt from CASTUS. And thanks to everybody that joined us today. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Looks like we had one more chat. Cool. Just a comment. Thanks for your comments. Bye, guys.